There's a new AI gold rush, and it's not a new AI tool like Claude, Gemini, or ChatGPT. That's the wave that all the technical, nerdy people with experience are focusing on. You could focus on learning AI, but most people just aren't going to be able to keep up. Normal people who stay at home or work regular jobs should be looking at something else that's happening thanks to AI. It's something that Gary Vee and only a few other people have really noticed. So in this video, I'm going to break this new AI gold rush down for you, how you as a normal person can take advantage of this and the exact steps to follow. But first, what AI gold rush am I talking about? Well, I'll let Gary Vee explain.
The thing that would probably catch this room off guard the most in 2026 is live social shopping.
Like Gary said, social commerce is the new wave. So far, we've had the internet, social media, AI, and now social commerce, specifically through live selling. Up until now, influencers have been able to sell to their audiences relatively easily just through simple videos. But AI completely stormed the industry. Now we have AI influencers, and it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real and what's not. That's where live selling comes in. In the AI era, human connection is and will become more and more valuable over time. People buy from people, and the best way to prove that you're real is to prove it in real time. It's the closest thing to meeting someone face to face and having a real conversation with them. But we've had streaming platforms and streamers for years now. What makes TikTok live selling different? The normal way to make money from streaming has been through sponsors and donations. But for that to be a full-time income, you need thousands of people watching. Most people won't be famous and don't want to be. TikTok live selling lets you make $100+ per day with only 10 or 20 people watching at a time. I know it sounds crazy, but here's how it works. Find a product that people want and go on live stream selling it for a couple hours a day. Now, let's say that you're only willing to work 2 hours per day. All you need to do is make $50 per hour streaming for those 2 hours to make $100 in a single day. Now, if $50 an hour sounds like a lot to you, it's really not that crazy. Let's say you're selling a product that costs $50 and you get 20% commissions on that item. That means you make $10 per sale. So all you have to do is sell 5 of those items every single hour to make that $50 an hour. Now, you can see how this can add up really quickly. And if you think selling 5 items in an hour sounds crazy, people sell 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, or even hundreds of items in a single hour on their live stream. So it is very doable. So if it's that simple, why aren't more regular people doing this? They're scared they can't do it, or they're scared that they're gonna fail. But all you need to make real money with live streaming and live selling on TikTok is to have 5 to 10 people in your room, and literally anybody can get 5 to 10 people in the room if they have the right product. The other reason is it's still pretty new and people still don't realize what the opportunity is here. So if you want to ride the wave and make $3,000 or more per month from your living room, let me show you how. Here's everything you need to get started, and you probably have most of it already sitting around your house. The first thing that you need is just a good smartphone, preferably an iPhone or a good Android, something newer. Can't be too old. Now, if it's a few years old, that's totally fine. The next thing you need is just a basic tripod to hold the phone. It could be one that sits on your desk, or it could be a standing tripod. Either will work. The next thing you need is some good lighting. This could be just natural lighting from a window, or some cheap ring lights or box lights that you get off Amazon. They're like $15, $20 each. It's a very minimal expense if you don't already have it. A good product to sell on your live streams. Now, if you don't know how to do this already, we're going to show you a little bit later in this video. And then just a quiet space in your home or your apartment to stream from. And that's it. Now let's talk about how to get approved and actually set up your TikTok shop account. All you need to do this is a current TikTok account in good standing, no major issues, anything like that. And you need to get it to 1,000 followers. Getting it to 1,000 followers is not that difficult, but this allows you to get into the pilot program. Now, if you don't know how to get to 1,000 followers quickly, there is a ton of tutorials on YouTube that'll show you exactly how to do this. It does not take long at all. Once you have an account that's at 1,000 followers, you are now eligible for the pilot program. The pilot program allows you TikTok shop access with some small limitations, but once you get into the pilot program and you start making sales, going live consistently, you can get that lifted fairly quickly. Or if you want to skip the pilot program altogether, you just need an account with 5,000 TikTok followers. Again, you can follow those follower methods I mentioned earlier to get an account to 5,000 and just get straight to it and have no limitations on your account. So once you have an account with 1,000 or 5,000 followers, all you're going to do is go to your TikTok shop profile, click the 3 lines in the upper right hand corner, the little hamburger menu that there, and then go to TikTok shop creator center, and then TikTok shop and apply to be a TikTok shop affiliate. It's that simple. Now, when it comes to setting up your profile, setting up your account, there's really nothing special you need to do here. You can literally have anything as your picture. You can literally have anything as your name. There is no secret sauce there. What most people do is they say like their name finds or something along those lines. Maybe it's a picture of them. Maybe it's a picture of a sunset. It really doesn't matter, and your followers do not matter. You just need to have an account that's in TikTok shop. Now I'm going to show you guys the simplest and free method to find winning products that are to make you $100+ per hour for your live streams. Now, this is completely free. It doesn't require any paid tools. All you need is the TikTok app, which you likely already have. Now, the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your For You page, and then you're gonna click on the Shop tab up top. That's gonna take you to the Shop tab where you see a bunch of stuff for sale. Now, you're gonna scroll through there and you're gonna look for a live stream. When you see a live stream, I want you to click on that. Once you've done that, you should be in a TikTok Shop live stream where they're actually selling things. And then you're just gonna scroll through, keep scrolling, and it's only gonna show you TikTok Shop lives. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to look for products that are interesting to you, that you would be interested in selling, and things that you would be interested in using yourself, or maybe things that you already use yourself, and watch those live streams and see how well they're doing. When somebody makes a sale on their live stream, there's a little orange banner that's gonna pop across the screen that's gonna say how many customers have made a purchase on that stream. Now, you can do some quick rough math by saying, okay, this product is $50, they've sold 50 of them. That means they've sold about $2,500 worth of product. And then you can look at the commission rate. Okay, this is a 10% commission rate, so they made $250, or it's a 20% commission rate, so they made $500. And you can just see just by that alone how many sales they're making, how many products they're making. All you have to do is just sit on that live stream for a little bit and wait till they make a sale. Now, if you're sitting on a live stream for a while and they're not making sales and it is not a high ticket product, it means it's probably not selling super well. So you're just gonna scroll through, find stuff that looks interesting to you, find things that look like they're doing well. And then if they are doing well, I want you to make note of those products, either to go buy them yourself, or if you're in TikTok Shop and you can request a sample of those products from the seller, go ahead and request samples of those items. The goal here is to get 3, 4, 5 different products that are interesting to you, that are already doing well on live streams, so that you can start going live with. So again, all you're doing, going to the For You page, going to the Shop tab, clicking on a live stream, and then just scrolling and finding stuff that's already doing well. This is a cheat code and is completely free. Literally anybody can do this. Now let's talk about setting up a live stream that keeps people engaged, watching, and wanting to buy from you. Now, to start this off, I'm gonna show you guys an example, because you're probably thinking, okay, I have the product, I have my TikTok Shop affiliate account, I have the go live button. Now, how do I start doing this? Well, what you're gonna do is I want you to set up your product in front of you on a table in a room with not too many distractions. Mind, you can be like this, where there's just a wall, maybe a painting, some decorations on the wall, something simple. But the point is here is that we want the focus to be number 1 on the product, and then number 2 on you as the host. Nothing else should be really catching their attention visually. The product is the hero, they're the star, and you are the co-star as the live host. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick example of what this looks like. Here's a live stream right now. Product is displayed front and center. It's very well lit. And then you've got the host in the background engaging, making eye contact with the camera, having fun on her live stream. It can really be this simple, but there's a couple things that where people go wrong. Their lighting isn't very good. The product isn't well displayed. They're not fully on screen. Maybe they're half on, half off the screen, or they're not on the screen at all. Now, you can do faceless live streams, but at this point, I don't recommend starting with faceless. I think it's so much easier to just be in front of the camera. You're talking directly to the camera. You're creating a connection with the people that are watching your live stream. So if you have a desk or a small table at home, just set the product on top of that. Keep the product kind of like up right at armpit level and below, but not too low. You want the product primarily to be centered on the screen, and then you're going to be just above that, just as I showed you right here. As you can see, the product is very much centered on the screen, and then you've got the host right here who's selling the product and interacting with the product. And that's another thing. You don't want to just be sitting there just sitting as a talking head, right? You want to be picking up the product, showing people, pointing at things, moving around and being engaging, right? You want people to feel excited when they come into your live stream. It shouldn't feel boring. So you're enthusiastic, you're energetic, you're excited, you're picking up the products, you're showing people the different options, you're showing people how to use the product. You're using a second phone to show people how to check out. If you're just sitting there talking and the product is just sitting there as well, it's not going to be very exciting. You're not going to get very many viewers, and you're not going to make very many sales. So have fun with it, be yourself, be outgoing, have the product sitting in front of you on the table, have a nice clean background, no other clutter on the table, and then your phone is just sitting in front of you just like this, just like you're talking to a friend or family member on FaceTime. That's really all you have to do to get started. Now let's go over how to create a live script that actually gets viewers and turns them into buyers. So I put together a simple formula for everyone, and I want you to follow it because this works. I'm going to put it up on the screen here, and this is how I want you to create your live scripts. First, get a piece of paper or put this in your notes on your phone. You're going to introduce the product and the deal. So this is the Catecore NMN. It's on a crazy discount right now. It's over 50% off. If you're a woman, this is where we're doing the next part, right? So you're going to write this down in your notes. You're calling out your intended audience. If you're a woman over the age of 30, that's calling out your intended audience. And then I want you to agitate the pain pain points who's dealing with low energy levels. We want 3 to 5 of these here, right? A woman over 30 that's dealing with low energy levels, skin is losing elasticity, more fine lines and wrinkles, your hair is not looking as vibrant and youthful as it used to be. You guys need to check out this NMN. It's NAD, which is an NAD precursor. You're gonna explain the product a little bit, right? And why it's going to solve those problems. So literally just bullet pointing these things out. Here's the 3 to 5 pain points. You don't have to write out a word for word script. It's so much easier to have a bullet pointed script. So your bullet points will look like this: introduce product and promotion, call out intended audience, and you just write out woman over 30 or whatever your intended audience is, right? And then you're just gonna bullet point out pain points, fine lines and wrinkles, low energy, dull hair, thinning hair, whatever your pain points are that the product solves. And then below that, you're gonna list out the 3 to 5 ways that the product that you're selling solves those problems. So for this, for example, I might list out NAD precursor. NAD is a molecule in every living organism that's responsible for X, Y, and Z. They've done studies that shown that it improves X, Y, and Z, right? So I'm bullet pointing out all these things, and I just have a bullet pointed list: introduce product and promotion, call intended audience, introduce the pain points, introduce how the product solves the problem, and then you're going to ask for the sale. So you're gonna create urgency and FOMO, and this is where we ask them to buy, right? I'm going through this quickly because it doesn't have to be long, guys. Your script can literally be 60 to 90 seconds because people are only staying in your live stream for, on average, probably 15 to 25 seconds, just depending on the product and how good of a job that you're doing, right? So last thing is just creating that urgency. Guys, today is the last day. Now again, we want to be truthful here, right? So usually products will have, either you'll have a flash sale for it, which is a little bit more advanced, or even if you don't, the current promotion on the product will usually be ending in the next 24 to 48 hours. You guys, this 40% off or 50% off promotion on this ends in the next 3 hours. If you guys are not grabbing this on my live stream, you're going to miss out on the savings. So all of you guys adding it to your cart right now, make sure you finish your checkout or that price is going to go back up to $50, right? We can also mix in some price anchoring. This is usually $50, but right now on my live stream, if you guys are grabbing it on my live, you're gonna get it for only $29.99. That includes free shipping, free returns, money back guarantee, 5-star reviews, over 200,000 sold, all these types of things to build social proof when we're pitching the urgency part of it. If you literally just follow this structure and really constantly improve your selling points and your urgency pitch, and you pick a good product, which I've shown you how to do, you are going to make sales. Now within that, we don't just want to be spouting off the script the entire time. We want to be interacting and engaging with the audience. So a script does not replace human connection. So if somebody comments, we want to answer their question. Or if somebody says something, we want to acknowledge their comment, right? Unless they're a troll. If somebody likes the live, shares the live, follows us, we want to acknowledge that and thank them. We want to encourage interaction. We want to reward people for interacting with our live stream because that is going to encourage other people to interact with our live stream and therefore create a snowball effect. More viewers, more interaction, more buyers, right? That is the end goal, is more buyers. But don't just be a robot and reading your script. Read your script, but that doesn't replace the human connection to interacting with your audience. But if you follow this structure and you pick a good product like I've shown you to, I can promise you, you are going to make sales. So that's the new wave normal people like you should be looking to ride. But I couldn't fit all the necessary information inside this video. That's why I made this free 1 hour long TikTok Shop live course. Inside, you'll find everything that you need to make $100 per day from scratch. Click the video on screen and I'll see you on the inside.